Hello and welcome back to Game 2 of 4 here in the Junior and Colt playoffs here in the 2018 Gridiron Queensland playoffs. The teams are in the tunnel. We won't wait them any longer. Introducing our first team, the Sunshine Coast Spartans. Perhaps not. In the meantime, we'll spiel. I finally get to welcome back after he's gone off crazily celebrating his many years here on this fine earth. I welcome into the booth John Hollywood Rowe. Mate, playoff football.
Thank you, Kenny. It's lovely to be here. It was lovely. I got my senior citizen card parking. I'm all good out the front. I got the special parking. Got my special present from the government. But I would rather be nowhere else than here today for finals football, semi-final football. Here come the Sunshine Coast Spartans.
Lone representative Calder Shanks. Look at him leading his team out. He's psyched. Very few teams get the opportunity to play playoff football at home.
Absolutely. It's got to be something special for not only these young men, but the whole organisation as well, to have a fantastic day like today, where, as you've mentioned all week long, it is not pouring and there is no tornadoes.
And now, here are the number 1 seeded Gold Coast Stingrays.
Again, another great organisation. They've done well to get here. It's a great team effort from everybody, from the president down to everybody involved.
Yeah.
And Kenny, I think we're seeing today also you'll notice on the Stingrays, those watching at home and around the world, you'll see they're wearing canteen bandanas, and that's to raise cancer awareness. A great organisation there. They've had a couple of the family members involved with the cancer battle, and one of the parents wanted to bring that to the forefront. So congratulations to the mums and the parents that support this great organisation by making everybody else aware about the cancer awareness bandanas the Stingrays are wearing today.
Indeed, I think it's the mother of Lucas Al Frank who their family certainly had their battles, and she was in charge of bringing out the bandanas that each one of the players and staff are representing today. So
there is an official term, Kenny, and it's called cancer sucks.
You're not wrong, mate. I'm not going to challenge that in the slightest. So here comes the coin toss. You can see from the Spartan sideline, Calder Shanks, Aiden Ryan, and the 23, Zayden Hubbard, and the 12, Curtis Fallon May, representing home turf. And for the Stingrays, at number 35, Max Cusson. Number 4, Kanan Tompkins, the quarterback. Number 31, Jai Bianchi Belcher. And number 15, Ezekiel Kautai.
Thank you for telling me Jai's name, because I was having a look at that going, what am I going to say there? We'll just call him Young Jai.
The old classic Hollywood route of things. If it's a name with more than 4 syllables, you've got a nickname.
Old Mate. We'll just call him Old Mate.
I still think there's a player from the Rhinos who you were calling Al Capone.
The referee giving the signal. Obviously, the choices can be kick, receive, or defer.
Every team so far has elected to defer.
Get the official signal and
Spartans have won the toss, elected to defer. Stingrays will receive.
And the trend continues. A winning team choosing to defer. One thing I've always wanted to consider, though, particularly playing this time of day, which we haven't had a whole lot of in the last couple of years, the sun, and it's actually a bit of a blessing losing the coin toss. The other team will defer. You actually get the choice of where you'll run.
yeah, absolutely.
Well.
And as we can see, the Fremantle doctors coming in. No, we're in the wrong state here. You can see the camera shots. You can see the flags down there on the ground, the Gridiron Queensland banners. They are blowing, so it is coming from the ocean to inland. That's always been more of a factor for me as a coach, Kenny, than deferring. I still don't know why we defer in Australia. Because the reason they do it in the NFL is they know the stats, they know what they want. Are you in front? Are you behind? For me, a big one is the wind. So if you don't take the wind first to get that advantage, the game could be over by halftime. So that's why I always go,
Take the ball.
Look at the wind, and that will make my choice for me.
Well, we'll take another look at the results. You can see the season at large. The Week 12 results don't really reflect things because there was a couple of forfeits there, but And of course the week 9 and 10 rainouts, which really ran amok. And here's the standings. You can see the Spartans getting into 4th place with 7 points. The Stingrays undefeated at 17. So it is a bit of a David versus Goliath battle here, but this has actually been a theme in the junior ranks before. The Spartans taking on the Stingrays from the lower position and creating upsets. It's something that's going on in the juniors, as it was formerly known as, and the Colts divisions throughout the years. And the Spartans have come away with quite a number of upsets.
And I'll tell you what, they've got the home field advantage and the crowd. The crowd is amazing today, the Spartans crowd. Give us a cheer if you're out there, Spartans people. There we go.
You got it. All the Spartans.
And also the Gold Coast Stingrays, people that have made the very long drive up from the Gold Coast. Give us a wave out there, people. Give us a shout.
Oh, there you go. Look at you. We've given you too much power, mate.
Oh, we just got to acknowledge everyone that's made the long drive. And it's parents, friends and families that have got up early today, made the long drive up here, or in the Spartans' case, just down the road.
Well,
and it is a big family adventure.
Yeah, you're one of those as well, mate. I do appreciate you making the effort to come down here from your Gold Coast abode. Spartans set to kick off. Starting very tight, getting their splits correctly. They will be defending in the first quarter the southwest end zone.
They'll have the win by the looks of it.
And, well, they won't get this ball up. And matter of fact, the kickoff goes out of bounds at the 30. Stingrays will get some stalled field position.
Starting off with the Malmaninga toe poke.
That's my special one. There's head coach Lance Tonga Kilo right there. Obviously, he's had a long couple of drives if he hadn't stayed up over the night. He played yesterday in a valiant effort against the Brisbane Rhinos in the men's division.
And it just goes to show someone like Coach Lance. I mean, every team has somebody that is just making that sacrifice for the weekend or for the year to coach football, and got to drive, got to coach, got to do your own life, got to put food on the table for family at home. So it's just a
5-yard penalty from where the ball went out of bounds. First down.
Call there, and what a lot of people, particularly outside of the sport, might not understand, it is an effort to coach and play. It means your Saturdays no longer belong to you, it belongs to football. Sundays, as you get older, don't belong to you, it belongs to recovering from football.
Absolutely.
It's quite the commitment, so quite big props to Juniors head coach for Gold Coast, Lance Tonga, and of course Brendan Phillips. He'd be playing if they had a men's team, absolutely. Alright, Kane and Thompson going long. They'll start the game aggressively, but this is well out of reach for the Stingrays wide receiver Luke Terry, who is dynamic in that Week 7 junior round, 1 hour Gold Coast player of the game.
Loving the call. Let's just go have a shot first up. I think he's throwing, just having the winds coming from your screen there from left to right, basically.
Yeah, it's a real southerly breeze.
I do love that call, though, for the Stingrays. Let's have a shot first up.
Caden Thompson. Another one we pressed back in Week 7. They'll hand the ball off now, and he's got a huge gap, Kane Mackin. Sorry, that actually could be Connor Grew, my apologies, starting running back. Taking this all the way to the Spartan 34.
Really nice job there. Great play design. There's 5 in the box for the Spartans. There seems to be 5 in the box. You've got the running back swinging out to the left, which drew that outside linebacker. You'll see it here, and that's exactly where the running back goes, where that player used to be. Great play design, great call.
Connor Grew had a memorable game, had a great game, but had a couple of blemishes. A premature celebration robbed him of the touchdown all the way back in Week 7. They'll hand this ball off, this time to a new back. Number 81, Lachlan Mackay, not so successful.
Zayden Hubert on the tackle there. Great stuff. Great penetration. Number 23 for the Spartans. Great little fight off there and then getting through to make the tackle.
As far as numbers go, the Stingrays sideline certainly an advantage over the Spartans today.
Second and about 16.
Here goes Kanan Thompson again, throwing over the middle. This will be intercepted by Shanks. Calder Shanks. He's got a defender on him. Luke Terry will take him down at the 35. But the first takeaway of the game belongs to the Sunshine Coast Spartans. Their leader, Calder Shanks, with the play.
Stared that down all the way. Really nice job of stepping up for the interception. Read the pass. You'll have a look here. This might be a good angle here for the cameraman. Eyes go to the right. Stare it all the way. Look at that. Coming forward. Takes the pass. I thought he was looking for a little bit of an offload there. He spun around. I'm looking for the lateral. 1st and 10, Spartans.
Rugby league in his background. it's in the instincts. 3 players on the line for the Rays. They'll rush. Here goes the first run play of the game for the Spartans. Curtis Fallon May picking up a couple of yards on first down. Picks up 3.
Just this nice little run play to start the game. Nice job of the O-line there, just getting some of the angle blocking. 2nd down and about 7 yards.
Golden Shanks, he wanted to intercept to give him the ball back. He'll be playing both sides of the ball, getting his only breathers on special teams. He's in a quarterback now. He'll take his first carry. Breaks a tackle. Trying to break another. Will keep the legs pushing and driving. And will shorten down this 3rd down attempt for him.
Nice job there from 25 from the Stingrays there. I think Ben Orsby just checking the outside. His shoulders were square to the line of scrimmage. Wasn't going to give him an outside. Made him turn back in. Got some help. Good job.
3rd down and 1. Spartans now tasked with their first 3rd down conversion of the morning.
Still in the 4 wide set.
One tailback, and there'll be change of quarterback here. Taking the carry is number 5, Kikoa Tamale.
Nice job.
Well, I think knowing how much football Calder Shanks has to play, I think they might try to throw the tamale package in a couple of times to give him a breather.
I'm waiting for the little surprise name you're going to give it.
Oh, I think it's pretty obvious. 2 by 2, spread formation. Shanks looking downfield. He'll pull it in and run. Changes arms now, gets past the 40. Thurston eventually runs him out of bounds at the Stingray 30.
Really nice job there from Shanks. Change of pace. Have a look how he sets it up here. So he's going to cut back in, which sets it up. So he's running outside, cut in, and then cut back out again. That did a really nice job of stopping the defender so get some more yards. And you'll notice there, ladies and gentlemen, on the screen there, the underhand snap there. So that's a way that a lot of coaches these days teach junior centres to snap. It's not the spiral anymore. It's just a little flick pass back. There are no rules. It just needs to go backwards.
As long as it gets there, that result remains the same. 1st and 10 Spartans on the Stingrays 31. Another give here. Fallon May taking his 2nd run of the game. Look at him keep his balance and get awfully close to a 1st down.
Gee, that's a great job of keeping the balance there, Kenny. Have a look at that. It's almost like a spider monkey. He's on the ground there, doing the King Kong crawl along the ground. A really nice job. There was some contact at about 5 yard line. He's got an extra 4 yards off that.
Oh, it's a skill you want all your elite backs to have. 2nd down and 2.
Pressure coming from Stingrays.
And Stingrays won't allow him to pitch it. Although, wanted to get it off in the 2nd effort. The referee says that forward progression had ceased and they call this play to a halt.
You got 5 in the box here, Kenny. They're all coming, especially 2 from the outside. Good pressure.
Kazuki Sawada.
It's 3rd down and about 5 yards.
Sawada on the last play, the Japanese exchange student. He's still in at outside linebacker. Shanks with a high snap, handles it nicely, looking downfield. There's no decision here. He'll run with it, breaks a tackle, trying to get to the end zone. Will get taken out inside the 5, marked out at the 4.
Really nice job of change up of speed here. You can tell it's 3rd down. They're in pass coverage. Everyone's backing off. He's just setting up. You can see he's slowing down just to set the blocks up. And then when he needs to put on the gas, he's gone. I was just saying, Kenny, did you say a Japanese exchange student?
Indeed.
I could think of worse places to study. Why didn't you choose Broken Hill? I mean, Sunshine Coast, who would want to come here?
Well, he's actually on the Gold Coast, so. Kazuki said, wow, look at this. 3 trips out to the left. They'll try to use the sped up the speed option. Takes a hit at the goal line, shakes it off, and the Spartans, they're first on the board. The 4th seed takes first blood.
Really nice job. Trips to the wide side of the field and they run to the wide side of the field. You can see that first defender through. He has the pitchman responsibility, so it's up to somebody else to make that tackle.
Trying to get over the top was linebacker Max Cusson, one of the skippers. 2-point conversion now for Shanks. Shanks quick throw, quick completion. That's 2 points to the Spartans, courtesy of Alexander Peckett.
Fantastic play calling, coach, and really nice job of rolling down the field. You can see here the centre snaps, just get in the end zone and turn around. Nice call.
It's a call there from head coach Brendan Phillips. He's been part of the Sunshine Coast Spartans for many years. Now not only the head coach, but I believe president of the club, who's certainly hoping they can get a Colts team back amongst the club next year.
Now, Kenny, just for rookies like me, what's the difference between the Colts and the juniors in Gridiron, Queensland?
Purely age difference they've been talking about it for many years, dating all the way. I'd say this is something they've spoken about for at least 15 years. You know, splitting the Colts division to make the Colts division really a true Colts division as far as how we refer to it in Australia, being that age just before seniors. So the Colts division now, formerly 14 to 18, now exists as 17 to 19. So 19-year-old players usually would formerly play, or that's players turning 19, would play in the senior division. They now belong to the Colts division as that sort of intermediate age. Juniors is now 14 to 16. So no longer do we have the matchup of 14-year-olds taking on 18-year-olds. Short kickoff.
There's your onside.
Staying aggressive.
Here we go.
But Stingrays, they'll turn this around and get inside Spartan territory. That return there is by number 24, Clark Vorhauer.
You can see the Spartans staying all bunched, a little trick we used to use. The only problem is if 24 wants to get around the outside there, Clark, he's already got some yards and they're in great field position. A little bit of a risky call there from the Spartans. You know, that was a great drive. They scored and said, let's go for the onside. It either goes with you or it can backfire sometimes.
Max Hoffman making the stop. Stingrays now were denied on their first drive. Back on offense. Kanan Thompson, this pass falls incomplete. It was a perfect pass to Samuel Palud and younger brother of...
This is a great pass. Can you look at that? Just spiral into the wind, in stride, into the hands. He's just got to make that catch. Great route, just got to finish it.
Jaden Palud, how could I forget his name, his older brother, who was outstanding in the men's division last night despite being a Colt. 2 touchdowns. Here's another run to Mackay. Jump cut, and a strong finish gets him just outside the 20.
I do like how Stingrays are staying in the same formation because basically you can run multiple plays from that. You can see how the defense is trying to line up against you. Come with a couple of passes. You've seen there's been a couple of fakes, and now they decide to give it to the big fella.
I'm getting your thoughts on that topic. Once we get a break and play. Gru finally getting fed again. He'll get this ball.
It's close to a first down, very close.
Yeah, awfully close. Well, the first down marker is at pretty much the 19 and a half. Gru got that ball to the 20.
So there's 4th down and 1.
Spartans looking for a huge turnover and downs here.
There's 4 in the box for Spartans.
It's another pass for Tompkins. Throwing long, he's got Terry! No, so check that. That's number 81. Lachlan Mackay, who had a carry earlier. This time they split him out wide and throwing the ball for a Stingray touchdown.
Just all-round perfection, okay? This is a great pass and a great route. Have a look at the top of the street, slant, put your foot in the ground at about the 4-yard mark, just run to the post. A great angle, great throw in stride. That is so good to see for the young men.
That's a good job there from Kanan Tompkins. Threw a pick on the opening drive, came back, kept his head in check and threw a touchdown. 2-point conversion now to tie things up. Giving it to Gru. Gru cutting back across the line of scrimmage. Jump cuts back way to the middle of the field and he'll get stopped short. Conversion unsuccessful. The Spartans now hold on to a very narrow lead.
I love the attitude here. It's just not give up attitude. I'm going to cut back. I'm going to drive forward. There's the line. You never tell someone to stop trying, so really good job of just trying to make something happen there.
Speaking about telling someone to stop trying, the junior game in week 7 between the Stingrays and the Rhinos was one of the best games of football I've watched every year. Went down to the final play, and Connor Grew, in a valiant effort, got stopped half a yard short of the end zone, raised the ball out and everything, but it was a great tackle who, unfortunately, the player eludes me, but one of the Rhinos defenders getting across the field and making a huge cover tackle to stop Grew from scoring the go-ahead touchdown. That game ended in a draw.
Oh, wow. Stingrays kicking into the wind.
Kane Mackin kicks this deep. Fallon May will field this on an ugly bounce inside the 10. He'll try to find the outside, but the kick coverage is decent. He does well to get it past the 20.
Not a bad result with that. That was a nice little bit of spin there, Kenny, on the kick. It was going to go to the left returner on screen, but all of a sudden ended up turning to the right. It'll be 1st and 10 from about the 23-yard line for the Spartans.
Skipper Max Cusson coming away with a tackle on special teams. 1st down and 10. The Sunshine Coast Spartans, who lead 8-6 here with 2:20 remaining in the first quarter. In motion now. Peckett, they'll give it to Peckett on the jet sweep, and you won't find a whole lot. Front 4 of the Stingrays take them down quickly.
Really nice job of the defensive end there. You'll see the left side there. Just fighting through. Getting support. Sorry, the left linebacker.
Kane Mackin.
And you'll see, some of you watching at home, you'll see the ambulance in the background. Just coming for one of the players from the previous game.
Yeah, I think that would have been Curry. He was a quarterback for the Moreton Bay Raptors, who put an absolute outstanding effort. A pitch here to Fallon May. Shanks was in trouble, improvises a little and gets that ball away and turns into a positive gain on 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want, is somebody who can make something happen. It doesn't always to go perfection, but the play's got to happen, so let's make something of it.
Now it's a manageable 3rd down. Take a look at it again.
Just looking back, Kenny's almost just leave that left emphasis and go for a linebacker for that left tackle, left guard for the Spartans, I'd say.
Shanks under pressure, wants to throw now. We'll just tuck it and run. Oh, a strong shot there.
Lucas
Al Frank.
Nice job. Nobody panicked. Contain. It is hard for a right-handed quarterback to roll left and forward. And they basically sideline field shrinking.
That was a huge stop on 4th down. Lucas Al Frank, one of 10 players on this Stingrays juniors unit that played in the Colts division last year.
This quarter has gone really quick, Kenny, hasn't it?
So a lot of running plays from both sides. And a flag's been thrown by one of the deep judges, which usually means delay a game.
Fourth down.
Do your job! Know your job, Stingray! Do your job!
Late call there, I didn't see the signal, but looks like that is the case. 5-yard penalty, delay a game.
We are behind the glass booth here, Kenny, but you can definitely hear from the radio microphone and from the referee that a lot of chatter down there, a lot of sideline encouraging the players. 4th down at about 7 yards.
Quarter's coming to a close. They'll get the snap off though. Shanks, he's on his own. He'll punt this. Wow! What a punt on the run! Look at the spiral on that. Don't tell me that'll sit up.
Sit!
Oh, that deserved a sit up, regardless of the touchback. What a punt under pressure.
Coach Luke Chapman, I hope you're watching at home or in Tahiti or wherever you are. Have a look at the chappy roll on this, and the spiral makes it come in, hits it on the run, The spiral is magnificent. It just sits up beautifully. Just needed someone from the Spartans to get down there a little bit quicker. Maybe someone with, say, 140 speed.
I just want to correct you there. You said Luke Chapman. I'm assuming you meant Nathan Chapman.
No. That's the Chappie punt.
Oh, really?
That's the Chappie punt. That's the one we used in Mexico with the Australian Outback. We roll right deliberately. You hold the ball for as long as you can, and if they come at you for the kick, you're already rolling and you get the spiral. If they back off, you go.
Fair play. I thought you were.
It's called the Chappie roll.
Fair play. I thought you were talking about former NFL punter and former GQ alum, Nathan Chapman, who's his own kicking camp and punting camp.
No, that's
I guess both Chapmans are rolling.
Double chap.
So the end of the first quarter looks like we're in for a doozy. The Sunshine Coast Spartans ahead by only a 2-point conversion.
And as we were saying, Kenny, that was a very fast first quarter, and that's because a lot of the teams, both teams, kept it on the ground and inbound, so the clock keeps running.
Look at this, quads right.
I love
Tompkins
quads.
throwing the screen. Picking up his first catch is Noah Hull.
Kenny, I want you to have a look at this replay. If this works, this is a touchdown. Because you have if there's no one in the middle of the field. If he gets that in stride, here we go. Have a look at the replay here. So basically, there is no middle linebacker. He catches it right here. It's a touchdown. Head towards the referee. It's done. Really nice play design. It's just got to execute it well.
Well, let's see if they come back to it later in the game. Trips left this time. Once again in the arm of Tompkins. Had Terry completely open. His corner had slipped. Beaten at the line. Pass and opportunity goes missing.
Impressive throw there from the young quarterback. Stepped up. Great spiral. Just got to hit him in stride, but the intent was there. This is what I appreciate about players today. 30 years ago, 20 years ago, we didn't have quarterbacks. It was just we're going to hand off and run. Now we've got guys that have watched Madden and watched NFL and watched college that can actually be a quarterback.
And they want to do it much earlier. And Tompkins with a back shoulder fade. Oh, it was a valiant effort. A stride too far for intended receiver Noah Hull. Back to back. Passes aimed for him.
Stingray sideline obviously asking the referee for a flag.
And you're exactly right. You forget, this is the junior division we're talking about. I remember even 10 years ago, around when I was playing just under.
Back in the day.
If you told me there was a 16-year-old quarterback, and I don't think he's actually 16. I think he could still be 15.
That has a spiral, ankle throw.
Has the ability to read the game like this, I wouldn't believe you.
It's all about the game, how it develops.
Change up at wide receiver or make that tight end. In comes Connor Dent. Moves from left to right now. On special teams, the Spartans.
It's a great high kick.
Force a 3 now. Geez, we're treated to some good punts today. Calder Shanks will wisely let this go, or will he? And I'll tell you what, that other number 25 playing with fire right there.
There's nothing better, nothing a quicker way to get your coach angry than just hanging around the football. You get away from it.
Absolutely.
Don't know what's going to happen there.
Alex Bungard hurdling over the football there. And what used to kill me was players who, they wouldn't touch it, but they'll get as close to it as possible. And I'm like, you don't need to observe that far. Once we've sent the call out, run to the sideline.
And that was one of those interesting rule changes many years ago, is that you can be pushed into the ball. So you got exactly like you were saying, Kenny, that those players go, I'm going to stand near it, we'll push them into the ball. They've touched it, you jump on it. Let's see what the Spartans have got here. 1st and 10.
Comes back, Calder Shanks, giving directions to wide receiver Montana Carpenter. Again, one of these young women we talk about in our Colts or Juniors division. Shanks can't find any space. Despite that, picks up almost 2 yards.
You can see Spartans still wanting to go that speed option to the left, but a really nice job. I think it's the defensive end. It's the stand-up defensive end there of the Stingrays doing a really nice job. Shoulders turned in, saying, you can't get outside of me. Have to cut back in, and that's exactly what they had to do.
Youngster Ryan Gow.
I think Stingrays are learning to shut this triple option or this double option down. They might have to go something else, the Spartans.
Again, spread look. Receivers split evenly. This we give to Fallon May. Fallon May, not the biggest of men, but he's jumping and splitting and finding his way forward for a first down. Geez, that was impressive.
Really nice job. It's almost like a counter. You can see it's going to go to the right, inside right we call it. It's an inside right counter. So basically he's going to go to the right for 2 steps and then cut back over the sort of the left guard. Really nice job there. Got one Stingray player down. It just helps, those counters help with the pursuit. So the Spartans really understand that the Stingrays are coming. They've got some speed. And it's the old screens, draws and counters. That's what the Spartans are doing.
One omission from the Spartans team I've seen, and I was led to believe they had a full-strength team, but number 60, who despite his number is a skill position player, Kai Pierre Mahmoud, who was huge for them during the regular season, looks to be inactive today. But while they attend to this player, let's continue to look forward. 2 more games remaining for us, excluding today. And both belong to the Colts division at 2 p.m. Another 1v4 matchup. The Gold Coast Stingrays Colts taking on the Griffith University Thunder, looking to add a second team to Sun Bowl Saturday. And then the Brisbane Rhinos, they'll take on the Bayside Ravens. The Brisbane Rhinos looking to return to the Sun Bowl for the first time since one of my commentary partners, Phil Levis, was coaching them.
Oh, wow.
I know he's working this weekend, but no doubt he's got a sneaky eye on his phone. Phil Levis, don't lie to anybody. We know you're watching.
Young Stingrays player, they're just a little bit concerned for the shoulder or elbow there. First down and 10.
Awkward snap, but it's taken. And here goes the acceleration of Calder
Look at
Shanks. Calder Shanks! Shanks into the end zone once again. Calder Shanks. Some say he may be the quickest in the junior comp.
Is that right? Well, that would be interesting. Just certainly showed the acceleration there. Bad snap there. That's what happens when we get an underhand snap. It'll roll back. Grabs it. It's almost like a draw. I'm going to go. And then the acceleration goes down. He's going to the end zone. Look, there wasn't a hole back there. It was the offensive lineman let go of the play for the Rays. It was a great run by Shanks.
2-point conversion upcoming. We'll try to sneak in another quick look. Shanks is lined up for the 2-point conversion. Shanks with a snap. He'll hand it off to Fallon May. Fallon May somehow shakes the first wave of defenders and drives his way to a 2-point conversion.
Somebody doesn't skip leg day, Kenny. Have a look at this. It's great driving. So again, a little high snap. Looks like he stopped about here, and we're just going to drive those legs. Ball's already across the goal line before the knee goes down. Really nice job of the Spartans to drive.
Just hard, determined running from Fallon May today.
Must be all that sand running they do up here on the Sunshine Coast beaches.
It's funny you say that. It's every couple of years, the Sunshine Coast junior program, Colts, juniors, whatever you want to call it, they produce an athlete like Calder Shanks here. Before him, it was the man he's compared to a lot, Jason Goff, the brother of my co-commentator a game ago, who went to the I think the World Championships for beach sprinting. Before that, they had Michael Gilmore. Before that, they had they had Ben Goff himself. They just keep finding these freakish athletes.
Well, why wouldn't you? There's a great spot up here, and when you can't use the field, you're going to go down the beach. Spartans 16, Stingrays 6, 4 minutes 54 to go in the second quarter.
I don't know if this is a strategy or not.
Well, it's working.
They've kicked it out of bounds again. And
the deliberate strategy of kicking it out of bounds is working.
It looks intentional. Well, look, if you can get a little more depth for that and maybe get that around to the 30, so they start about the 35, I totally get that logic.
It's a bold move, Cotton.
Let's see if it pays off.
Again, it's the old Mal Meninga toe jab. It might want to try and aim right so it goes back into the middle of the field.
Do it in the golf swing. The golfers tell me that I shouldn't be trying to compensate.
The
It is
legal
one of those
procedure,
things as a coach,
kick
though.
out of bounds on the kicking team. It'll be a 5-yard penalty, assessed from where the ball went out of bounds. First down.
Great field position there for the Stingrays. Yeah, it's one of those things as a coach, though, is you can never out-kick your coverage. So if you can only kick as far or as fast as your fastest guy who's on special teams. So we had a couple of times there where rather than put the ball in the end zone and let the opposition run out 20 yards before we even got down there, just kick it to the 20-yard line and you'll have that timing of getting there. It's still the same result, and your players won't get gassed as much.
Exactly right. Back when I was
But who am I to provide logic and thinking?
Ryan Balsamo, the white hat referee today, for this game at least.
Stingrays going in the spread.
Hold in motion. Will they give it to him? Yes, they will, but it's a pass. It's part of the new age logic nowadays. A little pitch forward there. It saves you from some of those poor exchanges. Patty Mahomes of the Kansas City Chiefs has done it a lot this season.
Yeah, and I think it's a great rule that you use the rules to your advantage, and then and exactly like that, if it doesn't happen, it is an incomplete pass. It's not a fumble. But the timing for that has to be a lot better than either giving the ball behind you or simply handing the ball off.
Oh, this time they hand the ball off to Mackay. Look at him. A true north-south runner gets the first down and change.
What a great job by Shanks there. Have a look. I'm just going to grab a leg. You're not going anywhere. He's the anchor. Yep, he's a big boy, and I'm just going to hold on till my help comes. Good play. Good run, good play.
We'll give it to him again.
Oh, there is flags on display.
I'll tell you what, with the exception of kickoffs, this has been a relatively flag-free game so far.
What I saw there, Kenny, I agree. What I saw there, Kenny, was that 12th man or the steering player couldn't get off the field in time.
Nailed it. And first down will become a lot longer now for the Gold Coast Stingrays after that penalty. And look at first and 15 now. 5-yard penalty assessed. Probably too many players on the field.
Stingrays going back to the original formation.
Hole in the left slot. Two in the backfield with Tompkins. Tompkins
Spartans bring pressure.
wants far side wide receiver. Getting his first target is number 18. Sorry, second target, Samuel Paludin. A bit too far.
You can start to see a trend here, Kenny, that the Stingrays are really going after that single side receiver. And having a look, maybe we've got the bit of the run pass option off, or the quarterback can choose whether it throws to the double side or the single side, but they are really picking on that single side receiver. Spartans brought 4 on the pressure. Quick snap.
It's dropped. He's under pressure. Evades the pressure. He'll just run with it now. Ball's under the arm. Receivers do a great job of recognizing that and turning into blockers as soon as that play broke down.
Really nice job of making something happen. Let's have a look what happens here. Almost tit for tat, shall we say, Kenny, with the Spartans. Shanks with the roll, the fumble, and scoring. Almost the same thing here for the Stingrays. Is low snap, and then the defense sort of stops and goes, "Oh, he's fumbled," and then bam, off the races. Third down and about 8 yards.
Let's see if they can hook up for a catch here. We're designed to roll out. He'll have to reverse field, and what a play by the Spartans! Taking him down in the backfield for a sack is Matt Burgua.
Really nice job there from Matt on the outside. You see him 44 there on your screen. He basically says, nobody's going to get outside of me. A little bit of backup there from Zayden Hubbard.
Aiden Ryan, the Spartans indeed.
Again, Kenny, we saw there the QB Stingrays wanted to roll right to the single receiver side to see if something was going to happen. It must be part of the game plan. 4th down and Waylon Jennings.
18 is the official count. Ball on the Spartans 40. A ways to go. And they're going to blow this play dead. You can tell the Stingrays wanted some vertical action.
Delay of game on the offense, number 4. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
Snuck on us there. I didn't think that took too long there.
No, it's quick. They must have had a chat about it. But you said they wanted to go verticals on that. Now they're going to bring on the punt team.
Another 5 yards just makes us a pass too far. It's interesting with the Stingrays. It's almost a West Coast philosophy with a vertical flavour. They're almost past to set up the run.
Yes. Nothing wrong with that.
It's another solid punt that
Oh.
takes a solid bounce, but it will roll into the end zone. This is some of the best punting we've seen all weekend.
That's great. But again, just encourage those kids to kick it out of bounds. There's no point with that because the ball's coming out to the 20, 25. What do we do these days? And technically, it's only a 30-yard kick. But as you said, Kenny, we've seen some great spirals and some great height. We can just get a little bit more accuracy on these kicks. Ambulance still on the far side of the field.
Turning to Curry from the last game. Ball on the 20 now. Spartans back in possession. Call the Shanks. The Highwaymen catches them offside, or did we get a false start?
I think the left side of the Spartans and the right side of the Stingrays. Interesting there, Kenny. There's nobody deeper for the Stingrays than 10 yards. Obviously respecting that speed of Shanks.
Before the snap, we have offside on the defense, number 26. It's a 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Getting pinged. It was Kane at Mackin. Did you happen to catch, I think it was in the Ravens Thunder game yesterday, Mark Lewis call?
No, I've got that. I watched a little bit of it in between doing stuff. What happened?
It was a great one. A cheeky call where he called everyone on the entire defensive line for offside.
Except for the safety.
The entire defensive line jumped.
Stingray's going to look like they're bringing outside pressure.
Some more flags. What do we got here?
I was just pointing out before Kenny on the sideline there, I was watching the Stingrays huddle, the Stingrays offensive huddle on the sideline, and there was quite a tongue lashing from the coach there on the sideline, so he's obviously not too happy with the way they're performing on that last drive. Let's see what words have got
Illegal
through.
snap, number 88 of the offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down. Correction,
Double
new
clutch
first
from the
down.
centre.
Second time we've seen that this weekend. It was in the...
Correction, still first down.
Matt Ollie for the Ravens, I think, was penalised for that yesterday. Well, goes back to the it's effectively offsetting penalties. Back to 1st and 10 from the original line of scrimmage. Shanks, good snap, but pressure immediately in his face, using his athleticism to try to buy some time. If he kept his eyes downfield, he had a receiver open, but the pressure is just too immense, and he is escorted across the sideline. Actually grabs a yard or two out of that.
Great stuff by the Stingrays there, saying you're not going to get the outside, we'll contain. You'll have a look in the screen here, there's the receiver right down the end of the field if he can pass. But hey, let's just get some positive yards, not take a sack.
Said positive yards, actually got back to the line of scrimmage, so might have robbed one of the Stingrays players of a sack.
Seasonally adjusted, Kenny. Inflation.
Oh, yeah. The GQ junior fantasy team just been struggling now. Shanks takes a snap, will hand this off to Fallon May. Fallon May tries to jump cut. His way forward is taken down by one of the inside linebackers. I think that might have been Cusson.
Well, I want to have a look at the replay here, Kenny. One of the receivers on the left-hand side has done a great block by the looks of it. I just want to see if they get it on tape. Really nice job keeping their hands outside the frame there. Very nice drive block. Bring up 3rd down.
Nothing you love more than receivers willing to get down.
Damn straight. The only thing I think I love more is receivers catching the ball.
So Heinz Ward must be a favourite receiver all the time, mate.
Spread formation, 3rd down.
And they'll go to the draw once more. If you can call it that, it was really more of an inside give. Has he got enough? It appears that's the case. The 1st down yard marker was at the 30. He gets this to the 31.
1:43 and running on the clock just before till half time. Nice play calling here by the Spartans. It's either it's just like the play has been working, so let's just keep running that, or we'll keep it on the ground for running the clock down at half time.
Sugar crowds here at Sunshine Coast Stadium. Inside 1 minute 30 remaining in the first half.
Stand up pressure from the Stingrays again.
Another give to Fallon May. Fallon May taken down by number 21, Omar Hurdy. And we'll see a timeout taken here by the Spartans.
Nice job by Shanks there. I'm just watching on that replay. You can see he's having a look at those defensive ends, whether he's going to hand off or give. On that occasion there, we did have a defensive end and an outside linebacker coming towards him. So he said, nope, I'm going to give the ball off. So they've run that play a couple of times, but there is that option that the quarterback can keep it.
Well, we saw Kukoa Tamale come in and just spot Shanks for one player. I'll be fascinated to see if they have a package with both players on the field, because Tamale showed that he was a capable ball carrier in that one play.
It could be something they're saving for the second half or when they need it. But it is good to have that versatility of two players that can do that.
Both teams having a solid talk about this. 1:11. The clock is stopped at. 16-6. The Spartans are with the lead.
And driving.
And driving indeed. Geez, wouldn't they love, as cliche as it sounds, to head into the half with one more score under their belt.
Still in the spread formation.
Shanks looks over the defense. Takes a drop. He's forced to run. They will live and die by this blitz. Shanks gets out of bounds. Picks up a couple more yards here. That'll make it a little more reasonable on third down. It looks like we'll have about 3rd and 4.
Great job by 26, Kane Mackin. Look, he's not giving up there. Thought he had him. Good hustle by both teams.
4 yards now to keep this drive alive. For 1 minute and 4 seconds on the clock here in the first half.
And it is a warm day out there, though. We're getting the suntan lines. Make sure you rehydrate.
Plenty of farmers' tans after today, methinks. Well, it's
The old gridiron tans.
We're sitting at the exact same conditions yesterday, 24 degrees here on the Sunshine Coast. This pass was almost completed. A drop catch there brings up 4th down and a stopped clock for the Gold Coast Stingrays.
Unfortunately, Kenny, if you have a look at this great replay, you can't catch a pass while you're looking at the defender who's coming towards you. Too worried about getting lit up, just make the catch and then get out of bounds.
The presence of Lucas Al Frank, well, he did.
Bam!
He did lay a hit earlier in the game. It's the joys of getting a good one in early. People remember.
Just let you know, I'll be here all day.
4th down. Wait a minute. Shanks, well, he's their punter, but he isn't lined up all that deep. Oh, did they get him in the neutral zone? No flags thrown. Shanks has got the first down. Doesn't matter. They'll keep this drive alive on a 4th down conversion.
55.9 seconds to go. Great job on the speed option. They're going to go left.
Well, this clock will resume once the ball's reset. The clock's going again. He's going to tick into the 40s.
There's number 20 Shynehorn. He had the outside contain. His shoulders were turned to the outside to watch the pitch man, and that's exactly why Shanks decided to keep it and cut up the middle.
Well, Spartans have elected to use their second of 3 timeouts this half. They'll have 1 remaining with 47.7 seconds remaining.
0.7. I think this is a good call with the timeouts. It's basically saying, look, we're not going to call something until we need to, but otherwise let's roll with this for the next 3 plays, or just as a coach saying, hey, get out of bounds, or if we complete a pass, get out of bounds. Just make sure you know where you are, where the clock is, how long we've got.
And we'll take a short break, and we'll be right back on the other side of this timeout.
Omaha! Face! Period! Move 20! 50's right. Move! Clear! Omaha! 20! Let down! 50's right!
Now the tribal sport, a timeout. Cheers are going up now. In possession are the Spartans with a 16-6 lead. 47 seconds remaining. Look at Shanks dancing through the line. Ultimately, the Stingrays get the job done.
You can see, Kenny, they're getting up to the line of scrimmage real quick. This is what they would have talked about in the timeout.
Shanks back at the line, calling the play from the line. Matter of fact, they might have called it. In the huddle, Shanks with the speed option attempt. Right now, the Gold Coast Stingrays are doing a pretty decent job against that play.
What do you think, Kenny? Speed option?
Well, let's see if they go to the well one more time.
13 seconds of running on the clock, I think.
I'd love to see them just throw it long here. They've got one more time out. They'll need it. He's down. They'll need to be calling it right now.
Yep, coach has got it.
What they do.
2 seconds.
Time to see how far Shanks can throw this football.
Interesting thing, we won't be able to see the replay, but the first play of that series they just had where it was 1st and 10, really good job by Shanks, and something as a coach you want to see is that they were running the speed option. He was wrapped up, but he physically looked at his pitch back and had the hands there ready to go, I'm going to pitch it to you. He didn't pitch it, but you could see that he wanted, or either wanted to, or he was getting ready to. So as a coach, you're going, great, you're seeing that next level of just because you're wrapped up doesn't mean the play is dead.
Exactly right.
And we've seen Ben Stokes from the Ravens do that plenty of times.
I was about to get your opinion on that. We've got a little bit of time out of this timeout. How about the little double pitch play, looking like a 5'8" to center to wing?
Yeah, so I think I may have posted online. We called that the Campo back in 1992. So basically, we would have almost 4 out to one side and just rugby league pass it as we go. It's short for Camp Easy. That's why we call it the Campo. But yes, it was a great play.
Led to a great touchdown and a great first down for the Ravens yesterday.
Last
Shanks
play.
under pressure. He won't be able to shake the defender here. Taking him down is Omar Howdy. Sorry, or was that number 26?
Number 20.
My apologies. Kane Mackin.
Very nice job.
Well,
I've sung Kane's name a couple of times today. It's a really good job of him, linebacker. Really nice job. He's playing very, very well for the Stingrays.
just to correct myself there, it was wrong a third time. It was Kane Horan, number 20, taking him down for the half-ending play. So no points are added on that final drive. The Spartans will head into the halftime break with a lead, 16 points to 6 over the number 1 seeded Gold Coast Stingrays. Kenny Andres, John Hollywood Rowe here for GQ TV. The 2018 playoffs will be back after halftime. The Sunshine Coast Spartans went into the halftime break with a 16-6 lead.
Hey, Kenny, let's see if we can do something for the folks watching around the world on live stream Brisbane. Ladies and gentlemen in the crowd, let's hear it for the Sunshine Coast Spartans. Let's hear it for the Gold Coast Stingrays. Let's hear it for the Spartans. Let's hear it for the Stingrays. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to get the atmosphere for those people watching around the world on live stream Brisbane. Another quality production. And basically, you are in everybody's lounge room, ready to rock and roll for a second half of football.
All right, kickoff. Seconds away.
As soon as the ball wants to play ball.
Spartans, who deferred their first half option, receiving here in the second half.
And that does seem to be a good move now, Kenny, with the score being 16-6.
Certainly does, with hindsight. The Stingrays boot this downfield over the head of the returner of Fallon May, who will field it at the 10. He's looking for some space down the wide side. What a shot!
Lachlan Mackay, number 81. The big don't argue with the shoulder. Great deep kickoff there. He saw what I saw. There's some space across the field, but the people's elbow just said no, no, no.
Oh, it's a good one. You didn't miss.
Speaking of the people's elbow, I want to give a shout out to everybody watching around the world, especially all of our other Gridiron players and coaches, especially Brian Callaway down there in Victoria. Coach, g'day. Keep those shout outs coming through on the web.
Oh, look who's joined us for a bit of a different view. It's Nicky Verbagel, Gridiron Queensland photographer. For touchdown photography, here goes Fallon May. showing some good ability at first contact. His yards after contact would be quite impressive.
Very nice. No surprises there, Kenny. Going back with what we'll call it the counter right. I don't know if that's what the play's called, but we'll just call it that so we know what it is. Just starting off with what they ended up with and got some positive yards. Yeah, so touchdown photography joining us in the booth here. I've never seen what a face looks like behind the camera.
Second down. Shanks looks left, looks right, waits for the snap. We'll hand this to Fallon May once again. Stingrays getting sick of gashing, or getting gashed up the middle. They take him down early. Third down now. 4 yards to go.
Again, the Stingrays coaches are very animated on the sideline there. They're either not happy with some of the contain happening, but they're doing all right. It's third down and 6 and a bit yards.
And oh, look at...
You can see the Stingrays on the sideline there, geeing up the crowd.
Yeah, Cannon Tompkins, quarterback, trying to get as much support as he can for this defense. He wants this ball back. Oh, a false start by the wide receiver. Left slot. That might have been...
Connor Grew from Stingrays was coming. He was going on the middle blitz. I think that's maybe what the receiver was looking at rather than the ball. It's one of the simple things in football, Kenny, is just watch that ball. Don't listen to the inflection of the voice of the quarterback. Don't watch the other players. Just watch the ball. When the ball goes, you go. One of the hardest things to coach anybody at any level. That's a third down and about 9. Needing to get to about the 22, 23 yard line for a first down. I was going to call Kenny Shanks when it was only 5 yards, but now let's see what they go with.
9. Well, okay, we're halting the game because we've got some medical staff heading to the Spartan sideline. I think we might have had a jersey change there. Number 38 wasn't on a given team list.
I think the medical staff, they've done a fantastic job today. I think they've gotten their 10,000 steps up already.
Oh, it's not
on
hard.
the odometer.
You were saying earlier, the players pretty much get a warm-up heading to the warm-up fields out back. Shanks on third down. They'll go to the speed option. Pitches it now, and the Stingrays have got this covered. There it is, a big win on third down for the Columbia Blue. Spartans will need to send on the punt unit.
Really nice job there of team defense on the swarm. You can see Shanks did pitch it once he was on the way there, but just needs that little bit more blocking to happen on the edge.
Now ticked on to 6 minutes.
Number 20, Horan, their great little dump and run, basically fighting off the block of the offensive lineman and getting in on the tackle. Fourth down and still, was it lost there, 9.5?
Shanks in the punting formation, gets a decent punt away. Hull will grab it.
So return right.
46. He's lost it!
The ball!
The Spartans have recovered! A fumble by the returner. Noah Hull coughs it up on the return. And
Kenny, I saw this flashing before
Alex
my eyes
Bungard
right
returning.
here. If he stays there on his feet, number 25.
He's gone.
Alex Bungard. Great recovery. That's what you want, just get the ball, but it was almost like the scoop and score. He would have had no one.
Okay.
Kenny just checking his Candy Crush feed.
You know, I'm getting an update on number 38. Well, I announced him as not here today. Kai P. Mamote, who's usually in jersey number 60, is actually our mystery man in 38, who's being looked after by the medical staff right now. So that answers 2 questions in 1.
Okay, so you're telling me you can actually record a program and watch something else at the same time?
Sure.
You totally lost me. He's normally wearing number 60, but it's 38 today, and it could be in the 27. He's also Scorpio.
Likes long walks on the beach.
So we're saying there's been a bit of jersey change, and we know the mystery man is now.
Well, we didn't know where Kai Pierre-Mamode was, and we didn't know who was in jersey number 38. Both questions answered now. Thank you, Ben Goff, for sourcing that information for me.
And that is a big penalty.
Now, what happened there?
We're mic'd up with the referee, ladies and gentlemen, around the home. We'll find out.
Oh, I missed the call there, unfortunately, but it's a added penalty. It could have been a bit of chat after the turnover. Oh, hearing it. I think it was a unsportsmanlike conduct on the Stingrays that after the recovery that led to that play.
I think, Kenny, on that last replay there, what I like what the Stingrays are doing now in defence is they're changing their angles of pursuit. So that little counter right or counter left is getting stopped a lot quicker now. They're not going too far in the backfield. There's some more shooting down the line of scrimmage, which is a great job.
2nd down and 10 now. And this time, oh gosh, he's lost a lot of yardage here. He'll try to get it back, flags down. Back down around the line of scrimmage. And we did wonder this at halftime, and we took a stab at it, wondering whether Kakoa Tamale was going to play a bigger role in the second half. And there he is, back-to-back plays.
Holding. Number 88 of the offense. It's a 10-yard penalty. Penalty is declined. 3rd down. Just penalties declined, 3rd down.
Holding penalty, that is declined. The Stingrays will take the down rather than the distance, and that's the first holding penalty in this game.
And that's an interesting call by the coaches too, to decline the penalty. It's 3rd down. They're basically now challenging the QB, Shanks, to you run it or you're going to have to pass it.
Well, very few passes have been made by Shanks. He has really been a designed runner. Now he'll look to pass it, and he'll change his mind, follow his instincts, try to make something happen. Look at the speed! Down the sideline, reaching for the pylon. He'll be inches short. And now he's back to his feet, but he doesn't look well.
And there's a Stingrays player on the sideline there that's gone out of bounds. A couple of things. There is a marker on the field. It's not a penalty marker. It is marked. It might be somebody's towel. Secondly, I thought I saw a horse collar at the end there. But we need to, Max Hoffman, number 2, the running back for the Spartans. That is your play, young man. Have a look at the block he got, crossing the face of the QB so he can get the time to run to the outside. Well done, Max Hoffman. Good job. There is the flag. That's what I'm thinking for the horse collar. Let's find out.
Oh, we're getting they've gone to the booth. They want to get something reviewed.
We're saying, did he reach over at the end?
Possibly. Let's see that block if we can.
Here we go. Turbo now hits the NOS.
Oh, they might be looking for a spot.
That's what I thought was the horse collar.
Oh,
That looks like about the 2-yard line, I think, Kenny.
But
Just going to call that.
as far as what we can review, it's supposed to be only penalties that could result in 15 yards or more, so you're actually more likely to be for that potential horse collar. Of course, once we get inside the final 2 minutes of each half, everything's reviewable.
There's the referee.
Personal foul. Horse collar tackle. Number 15 of the defense. Will be half the distance from the end of the run. Automatic. 1st down.
Oh, you were right, mate, with your guesstimation there. Ezekiel Kautai charged with a horse collar tackle. Break down for the viewers who might have heard that penalty before. What is a horse collar tackle?
Yeah, it's the old horse collar tackle. Many of the old fullbacks back in the day used to wear this really thick padding, especially Lawrence Taylor, linebacker. And sort of that was the horse collar. But what they do for safety these days is there were so many knee injuries and back of sort of the calf, hammy injury because being brought down backwards, so that they made that illegal. It's more of a player safety.
So in other words, keep your hands away from the collar.
The neck area, the collar neck area.
Kakoa Tamale in now with Shanks. They'll give it to him. Tamale driving forward, and he'll pick up a couple of yards to get this to the 3-yard line.
Really good job of play calling here by the Spartans. Again, it's 3 minutes and 40 into the 3rd. So we've been inbounds, we've been running. Bleed this clock.
Well, from the way it's been playing, the narrative I haven't set is that this is if they can score here, this is an upset win if the Spartans can hold out here for the second half. Of course, we've got plenty of time to go. But the 4th seed right now is outplaying the top-ranked team. Shanks himself stopped short. Great job there by the Stingrays defense.
I'll said it before, Kenny. I'll say it again for those watching at home that may not understand too much about the game, or the other coaches that are watching. Just watch the receivers. If they're walking on a play, it's a run play. Very, very evident with this Spartans team.
Here goes Shanks again. He's met at the line, spins and turns and grabs another 6-pointer. Shanks in again.
And Kenny, all came from that punt return fumble.
There he is. Sometimes football's a simple game. Get your best athlete to football.
I want to call it here, Kenny. We haven't called his name so far. Number 88 for the Spartans, Oliver Barber. Nice job down blocking. Mitchell Barwick as well.
Shanks now on the 2-point conversion, dancing around. Now just trying to outrun the defense and won't make it happen. They converge on him, stop him short. Unsuccessful two-point conversion. The score remains 22 points to 6 with 2:52 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
I'm going to give a shout out there too to Mitchell Barwick, number 99, the left tackle, or left guard. On that run play was great, Kenny. None of the offensive linemen for the Spartans were downfield at all. They held that line and they stretched it. Really nice job of coaching for the Spartans team to have an O-line know that they're not supposed to go more than 3 yards down the field. Very nice job. Let's see what the Stingrays can come back with now. They should be fired up from that punt return fumble.
Well, the good news for the Stingrays, they've got an offense that can score quickly and get yards in chunks. Tompkins will have to get this passing game going.
And also, Kenny, let's not forget too, not only the punt return fumble, it was the unsportsmanlike as well.
Added 15.
The big 15 on the back of that as well. That was a real huge chunky yardage for the Spartans.
Yeah, invited the Spartans right onto their front lawn.
Here's the group kick again.
And once again, aiming for the sideline. This time, they won't find the sideline. Mackay will have it. Mackay has been dangerous today. He gets taken out at the Spartans 40. That's exactly where they mark him out. So the Stingrays will start in Spartan territory.
Looks like to see Mackay there just grab the ball and then throw it completely across the other side of the field, as nobody was there. Would have been fun. Let's see what permission the head coach has given the quarterback to do. We're just going to go for it. Let's get in the end zone as quick as we can. Or we're going to try and drive and keep the ball out of the Spartans' hands.
First down. First time in a while. Kanan Tompkins is in control, looking for Terry. Terry incomplete, trying to climb the ladder on the coverage.
Sam Taylor.
Sam Taylor.
Nice job. He's got the wind, throwing with the wind. Receiver coming just a little bit too far inside. Needs to stay outside just a bit more.
I'm a little surprised there that the Spartans have kept Terry in check. The big-bodied receiver is known for getting a big chunk of big receiving yards downfield, and they hand this off and trying to get east-west, but taking down pretty early is Clark of Vorhauer.
Have a look at this. He wants to get the outside, put the foot down and go, or does he think he's going to be beaten the outside? Tries to cut it back. Tamale got him there on the cackle. Crowd again getting very vocal. 22-6. 2 minutes and 15 seconds and running. Third down and about 12.
4 receivers, both outside receivers on the line. Referees are going to call a halt here.
I think he's going to call full start. Oh, and is there a personal foul?
Illegal snap, yeah. Illegal snap, number 83 on the offense, 5-yard penalty, still third down.
That explains it, because the receiver was rocking. He's obviously seen the centre do the false snap. Then I saw the centre turn to the referee and say something, obviously angry at himself.
Once you, as a centre, you have a bit of little leeway to get your hands in position, but then you've got to stay and snap it. Tompkins looking long after rolling to his right, and what a nice grab over his head. Noah Hull.
It's a fantastic catch by the young man there.
And a good job by Tompkins to keep his eyes downfield. A sideline grab. Nice.
Also 25, Ben Ormsby there for the Stingrays. Nice job of keeping those defensive linemen at bay. Fourth down.
Terry getting closer and closer, but struggling to reel the ball in today.
QB is holding his knee, I think it is.
Oh, and you're exactly right. Back at the... No, it's the one of the running backs, number 21. Omar Howdy.
He's in considerable pain.
Pass protecting on that last play. Clearly took a solid knock.
So you can see that wind there in the background there on the flag. And the crowd treated some lovely breeze and in the shade here at this great facilities.
It's strong, but it certainly hasn't been fluky. It's been consistently a southerly breeze all day.
See also sun's out, guns out. There we go. Some members of the crowd.
Yeah, there's actually, I think it's one of the corporate boxes there for the Spartans.
That's how good we are here, Kenny. We've got corporate boxes.
And that's hey, there we go. There we got our spot. Yeah, our time to shine. Giving you the.
Oh, there we are down there. I see you. I see you.
Taking our 15 seconds of fame.
And this is what I was talking about before, Kenny. The coaches from both teams, not so much very animated, but just really letting the players know what they want.
That's well, Lance Donkeeler was the official head coach, but effectively the spiritual head coach of this team, I think, if memory serves correctly, is Tony Teasdale. And he's definitely the more vocal one. You see him on the sideline, he'll always be amping his team up. Well, while we see the rest of this timeout, or this injury timeout, we'll quickly go to an ad as Herity is helped off the field. Be back soon.
Omaha! Face! Gridiron! Blue 20! 50's right. Blue! Gridiron! Omaha! They're down! 50's right!
Back from our tribal timeout there.
Well, the tribal timeout. I'd love to see that with a bit of local flavour. It was a minute 48 to go, 22-6. But I want to see that one of those timeout promos with a local flavour. So just come out, Redcliffe, or Loganville.
Oh, we're open to it. If you'd like to be sponsored, hit up Gridiron Queensland, their Facebook page. You want to
Harbour Town.
Plenty of space for sponsorship in 2019. If you like what you see, live streaming Brisbane and GQ. Would love to get GQ TV rolling into 2019. Here's another carry here for Fallon May. Picks up a reliable.
You see Stingrays there, Kenny, have changed up their defensive front again. Have a look at this. They're all standing up, and they're actually about 2 yards off the ball.
And now, is that out of respect for Mr. Shanks?
Well, it's one of those things. I tried to do that with the senior Sun Devils, basically have them off the ball by about 2 yards, because a tackle at the line of scrimmage is still a loss. So you're not over pursuing. So you're exactly right. You've got one of those defensive linemen 6 inches from the ball, and look at everybody else, they're 2 yards back.
Trying to source some space and showing off his agility and his one-cut ability one more time is Curtis Fallon May.
Max Hoffman there, number 2, great job of kicking him outside there. Those offensive linemen and the wingbacks as such are getting some really good angles on the Stingrays players to block them. 1st and 10.
Spartans with the lead and possession here in the dying seconds of the third. Calder Shanks immediately has pressure in his face. Sawada was breathing down his neck. He gets rid of it.
For those of you who watch Gridiron, there's a terminology of give them the 1,000, 2 1,000, then let them come through. There was no thousands. He just came straight through. It was a green light and go. So I was trying to set up a screen there, but you've got to at least give your quarterback a little bit of time to backpedal. 40 seconds to go in this quarter.
Sawada, the linebacker, directing his troops. He's lined up inside now, started outside linebacker. He'll blitz. And Fallon May will take another carry, but he can't find any space. The initial contact was by the linebacker Max Cusson, but then Sawada came in, as did Chicane Haran.
Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players in the backfield there for Stingrays. Nice job.
Ezekiel Kautai underneath. Third down and long now.
Well, let's see, Kenny, if Stingrays are going to drop and Shanks will get that running room, or are they going to pressure him?
We'll soon find out. 3rd and 12.
Oh, Shanks, good move. He's watching the clock. Well done, young man.
Smart man.
Clever. Really nice job by the quarterback there. He knew the play clock versus the game clock, and didn't have to run a play. Really nice job.
At the end of the 3rd quarter, the Spartans were leading at halftime, and that doesn't change moving into the 4th. 22 points to 6. For, well, technically the away side, but by true definition, the home side here. We'll take a short break here before we start the 4th quarter. And we're back, starting the 4th quarter. Shanks on 3rd down. Tried to set up the screen again, unsuccessfully again. And that means the Stingrays will waste minimal time in the 4th quarter getting the ball back.
Good call, just needs to be executed just a little bit better. You knew that the Stingrays were coming, just need to pop it over the top. Really nice job of the defense there. Kicking with the wind. Let's see if he can kick it out of bounds, if they do decide to kick it.
Oh, he's been having a pretty good day with the boot. No, he's going to throw off his back foot, and he inches away, and he's actually injured himself. Alex Bungard almost coming up with a huge play.
Gee, really nice job from Shanks of getting that ball off the ground.
He's still down, Bungard. I think he might have always pulled up. It's the calf. Oh, that'll cramps hit him. 22 points to 6. Start of the 4th. Of course, in junior football, if you haven't noticed, junior and college football, 8-minute quarters.
8-minute quarters,
Women's
right
as well. But
and numbers, Kenny, what's the difference on the field?
9, well, we'll call it 9-player format. That's through the juniors, Colts, and women's, which is not bad. You can still learn a lot about the foundations of football. I think when you drop down to 7 or 5, the game changes pretty fundamentally. There at 9, man, you can still get a lot of the same sort of concepts, just a lot more space on the field. Of course, regulation American football, or Gridiron as we call it here, down under, is played with 11 aside. Generally speaking, offensively, meaning 2 more offensive linemen, 2 tackles, and defensively, well, a mixture of either a D lineman and another linebacker, or 2 D linemen. Everyone taking a knee now out of respect. It's tradition in this sport. While the player's down, you take a knee while they're getting tended to. Look, a bit of love there from Laura Lee Clifford to one of her teammates, and Kira Lee Keynes.
And Kenny, I've mentioned this to you before. It might be some for our new viewers. When we're over in Austria playing the World Cup, they actually clap. The crowd will clap when there is an injury, and it's to encourage people to get up. So it's actually support from the crowd to the injured person. Okay. So it's like a rhythmic clap, like a beat type thing. So that was it took a little bit to get used to.
Surely.
You go, why is he clapping when there's an injury? But it was in support of the injured player.
There's those flags you want a vision of all game, and the breeze.
That's just selfless promotion there, Kenny. But no, you can see that. You can see the lean, the way it's going there. There's the sea breeze.
To the chain crew for today. Big thank you for all of our volunteers throughout the weekend. Of course, stuff like this can't happen with such generous people without such people giving up their time. And big applause to the man, Alex Bungard, who's getting carried off now.
Well, it's a good thing there, Kenny. The foot is still attached. That's always a good thing.
Yep. Hopefully the muscle underneath is too.
But no, you're right there, Kenny. I mean, everyone from that's marked the field to, I came through the front gate today, the gate takers at the front there, and the security, and live stream Brisbane and canteen, and especially our medics and sideline staff.
Absolutely.
Let's see what the Stingrays can do. Full wide.
Yard inside their own territory. Tompkins looking left, almost intercepted. Looking for his favourite target, and today at least in Lachlan Mackay.
Again, have a look at the receivers there, Kenny. You can tell that they're running with purpose at the snap, so you know it's going to be a pass.
Tompkins, who's been one of the best, if not possibly the best quarterback in the junior division this year. A little bit on struggle street. He's under pressure. Throws short. Finds a man underneath. Great stuff. Still on his feet and eventually ran out of bounds. Jai Bianchi Belcher.
Gee, Kenny, you just mentioned that. I mean, this is a great pass. You just giving this man props there. Back pedal. Really nice throw on the run. Spiral. Really nice job from the quarterback.
Late flag. Just wondering if tensions are getting a bit heated down there. It was a very late flag.
Dead ball foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 5 of the defense. It's a 15-yard penalty from the end of the play. First down.
Suspicions are correct. Kikoa Tamale getting a bit too hot there.
A bit chippy. I'm going to let that go to the keeper, Kenny. Ladies and gentlemen at home, you should see the smile on his face. So you're exactly right there, Kenny. 15-yard penalty, unsportsmanlike conduct. They don't need that. Let's see what the Stingrays can do with that.
Well, that moves them well into attacking territory. Ball's at the 16 now. Stingrays in the red zone for the first time in quite some time. Flea Flecker! Tompkins back in possession, looking for Hull. Hull's got it! And they connect for a big gain down at the 6, out of bounds at the 6, let's just say. They were hoping for 6. They end up getting to the 6.
Noah Hull, take a bow. Look at this route. He comes back. Look at the footwork, the hands. Make sure he's in bounds. Really nice job. That reminds me of Kyle Bowpitt there. Really good play. Come back to the sideline. Drags his feet. Great job, young man.
Well, except for Kyle Bowpitt, the men's Stingrays certainly missed him this year. Short pass. Trying to find number 18. Samuel Polluted in the slot. A little too far.
Let's hope the Stingrays just slow it down a little bit. You can see they've taken a timeout. Exactly what I'd hope they'd... I know Spartans have taken a timeout. Just don't have to rush your Stingrays, you don't have to throw everything. You're only a couple of yards out. You've done some good power running. Take your time. Let's get it in the end zone.
Let's see. 2 converted touchdown deficit right now.
And as we've seen, everything's in this game today, beginning. We've had the flags, we've had the fumbles, we've had the interception to open the game. It's been a big game.
And on top of that, if they do score in this drive here, we need to talk how important the 2-point conversion is. Of course, we saw yesterday how important conversions would be, and it ended up being the deciding factor between 2 of the games yesterday. The women's game, 2 touchdowns apiece. It was just the conversions that separated them. The men's game, of course, 1 point the difference.
It's where every point matters. 7 minutes 28 to go. Second down.
Thomas Roderick snaps it back to Tompkins. Tompkins looking for the slant to Hull. He's got it. Hull gets them in range, and that time finishes it off. The Stingrays.
Watch this little look off of the safety. It's brilliant by the quarterback. He's going to look left. Bam, there it is. Come back to the right. The safety is vacated. Great catch.
And the future looks bright with the development currently with Kane and Tompkins.
Oh, Shanks bit on that the head fake there. That was a brilliant job by the quarterback. And just...
As we see the 2 point, we'll go back to a second speed option. And this time the Stingrays successfully use the speed option play. Get inside the right pylon. They get that much needed 2 point conversion.
2 flags down, Kenny, sorry.
Hold the phone. Clark Vorhauer in for the 2, pending the result of this flag.
Shanks has got the wheels there, but he was just in a bad spot.
Prior to the snap of a false start on the offense, it's 5-yard penalty, repeat try.
Wow.
What was the...
Full start there on the offense, and obviously, as you know, that play should have been blown dead. Obviously, someone needs to have a bit more Wheaties with the whistle blowing. A bit of neutral grain. Great play. Well executed. Let's see what they can do with 5 yards further out.
Oh, that I need to stop smoking. 4 wide receivers, spread formation. Tompkins under pressure, has to buy some time. Still looking downfield. Wants a receiver in the end zone, throwing. He's got it! Wow, what a grab! Great play by everyone involved.
I need to find out who 83 or 84. That is a magnificent block to protect your quarterback. Here it comes here. Bam. Great job there to protect your quarterback. Let's have a look. I thought there was a little push off in the end zone, but the ball never touched the ground.
Number 31, Jai Bianchi Belcher. Back of the end zone, and the man laying the block, Clark Vorhauer.
Great job, young man.
22-14 now after that successful 2 point conversion. 7:24 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Stingrays supporters very, very vocal, as well as the Spartans as well. This will be interesting, Kenny, because we didn't see much of the drive on the last Spartans. And they have to turn the ball over. There's 7:24, as you said.
8 points the difference.
Let's see what this kicker can do if he's going to put it out the back.
Kane Horan. No, sorry. 26, Kane Mackin.
So you can see it hold up in the wind there, Kenny.
Ooh, looking to attempt a reverse. Pierre Mahmoud ends up keeping it himself. He gets it back to the 36, maybe 37 yard line.
Holds up in the strong breeze. Yeah, whether they're going to just fake it there or there was going to be a reverse. Well, this will be interesting, Kenny. It's first down and 10. Do they keep going with that counter inside right, inside left? Just to bleed the clock, because they've done that very, very well. And not worry about trying to put it in the end zone, just run the clock. Or they just get that points up to make the spread just a little bit more.
Spartans at their own 37. Shanks looking for the quick swing to Fallon May. The Stingrays flow nicely, stop it to a keep it to a minimal gain, less than a yard, if that. Matter of fact, they might have been, they lost a yard.
Really nice job of typical Stingrays defense there. You can see that receiver. Remember Frankie was always saying jam and expand, and that's exactly what that outside linebacker did. He jammed the receiver, expanded to the field, and then was able to take that running back on the swing pass.
Second down and 11. Shanks changing up the formation, giving it to Fallon May, squirting through for a solid gain on second down. He'll get it to the Spartan at 41.
Just going with the typical inside right run play. You can see there was no counter. And you can see the Spartans just huddling. You know, it's been a minute since they started the first play, so they're just bleeding that clock. Third down.
4 yards away from halfway. Third down now, under pressure. Almost intercepted, but batted down at the line. Kane Mackin making a play there.
Really nice job of whoever's coaching the defensive line for the Stingrays. Look at this. Hands up. There you go. Good job. That's how you shut down that screen pass.
Probably a safe bet. Tonga Kilo has a
Oh, he's done nothing. He's done
influence
nothing.
on that. Certainly, he's also batted down quite a few passes in his time.
4th and 5.5, 4th and 6.
And it's another punt.
He's going.
Here.
He's
Or
going
is
to
he
keep it
gonna run
himself.
He is, and he's got it. Clutch play there by Shanks. Gets this ball inside the 35. The Stingrays disappointed there. They had him on 4th down.
This is such a chappy roll on this because they put the 3 receivers to the short side of the field. They've only got to block it. And they've also got a fullback to that side of the field. Rolls out so you can see all the receivers here. Gets the first down. That is a critical first down. 5 minutes and 43 and running.
Spartans looking for the put-away touchdown here. Call to Shanks.
Oh, 11 going in.
He'll give it to the reliable workhorse that is Curtis Fallon May.
Lucas, number 11 there for the Stingrays. It's first down 10. You can watch him. He's just out of screen here. He's creeping in for the run. There is no respect for the pass on first down for the Stingrays against this Spartans offense.
That being said, they are starting to find gaps in this Stingrays defense. They haven't been tackled for a loss in the last 2 drives.
Big pressure.
Shanks to the edge, lowers his shoulder and rolls forward. Waiting to see if he converted. Judging from the ball placement, he certainly has.
I think referee Barb just needs to give that positive first down signal.
She's a much more of a subtler first down than Barbara Johnson.
Hey, go. That's another big play there.
Join the refereeing ranks by seeing an ad in the paper only a year ago, Barbara Johnson.
Is that right? Would you like to be a referee?
Ball at the Stingrays at 25. Shanks, speed option, he'll keep it himself. Finding plenty of real estate towards the middle of the field.
That's a good play call there, Kenny. The middle linebackers are vacating and flowing with the running back, so there's going to be a big gap cutting back, and that's exactly where Shanks sees it. A little bit option does force you to be patient. It must be correct technique.
Spartans 4 minutes now away from a spot in the Sun Bowl in 2 weeks. Player in motion, they get it out to Fallon May in the flat. It's enough for a first down.
And has he stayed inbounds?
We'll see, the clock's stopped until this ball's set.
So what you're seeing in the NFL and in college, and I'll proudly say also in Gridiron Queensland lately, is a fake, and then you come back to the first person you faked. Because it used to be you'd fake and forget. But now, the play calling, it's a really good job.
The fake to fake.
I thought about faking. He drove to a
Thinks
fake.
about faking. Shanks, Fallon May. To the 10 he goes and beyond. In fact, the Spartans driving inside the 10 now.
This has been a really good job by the Spartans. They've bled 4 minutes off this clock to get down inside the 10. Second down from about the 10-yard line. They're just going to keep going on the ground, or are we going to go for another short passes again? Haven't seen anything really long lately.
Not at all. Fallon May. This time the Stingrays close down. Strong tackle there. Max Cusson showing up again.
Sawada just limping there, number 5 for the Stingrays. He's had a big game in the middle there. Starting to take his toll. You're going to get a little sore when they've been running on you for just on 5 minutes or so.
3rd down and 9. Usual backfield. A drop. Are they trying to set up the screen? Shanks. He'll toss it in the end zone, and it's in and out of the hands of Alexander Peckett. He caught the first 2-point conversion.
So close. For those that, I wish we had a camera on the stands, because you just would have seen half a dozen parents just throw their hats down on the ground that they didn't catch the ball. Bad luck. It's great to see the crowd well and truly involved here.
4th down. Stingrays with an opportunity to keep this a 1-possession game. Spartans, to my knowledge, have not kicked any field goals this season.
Are we going to look to the single side?
He looks that way, runs that way. Shanks in possession. Cuts it back, looking for the first down marker. He's going to get close. Where was his knee down? He's originally marked short. The Stingrays might have survived.
Looks about half a yard short there, Kenny.
And they've done enough. The Stingrays defense have held them out, and that's enough to get the Stingrays offense back on the field.
You can see on the sideline there, Kenny, number 5, Swatter for Stingrays there getting worked on. And he had that limp before. First down and 10 for the Stingrays. 2 minutes and 6 seconds. I was going to say it's a 95-yard drive, but no, it's not, because we don't have a 50.
85.
Welcome to Australian football. That's fine.
Better than doing the old offset at the goalpost.
You can never have goalposts in front of the end zone, never. Let's see what the Stingrays have got. First down and 10.
From his own end zone. Under pressure. Tompkins now looking long. Throwing for Mackay. Mackay's got it.
Great catch. Came back to the ball. Really nice job of the offensive lines. Have a look here. Kick him on inside. He's going to roll. Great throw for a right-handed quarterback going left. Really nice job by 81.
Tell you what, if the Stingrays get the job done here and drive the field and win the game, I swear, Mackay, he's in the running for MVP.
Big
More
push
pressure.
by the Spartans.
Over the hit, here's danger. Shanks! Shanks will close this game out! He'll beat him to the sideline. Shanks to the end zone. He's just booked a ticket to the Spartans for the 2018 Junior Sun Bowl. Threw off his back foot. Shanks was lurking, waiting, and he pounced.
Really nice job there from defense. I don't want to say too much, but number 24 for the Stingrays, Clark, don't be disappointed, mate. Don't throw your helmet there. He knew it was coming. It's the second time he's had to roll out to the left. It's not good when, as I said, when you're a right-handed quarterback, especially throwing into that wind. But holy dooly. Shanks, what a burst of speed he's got there around the corner.
Shanks now looking for two. He's under pressure. The Stingrays not giving up. Throws for the end zone. He's got a 2-point conversion.
Flag down, Kenny. Flag down.
Flags down back at the line of scrimmage. It's a great throw.
Almost a very nice whip route there by the receiver. She's got to catch it and fall down. And I think that's what I've seen today from this Spartans offense, is the way they're catching passes.
There's multiple fouls on the play. There's a face mask on 81 defense. We have an ineligible player downfield on number 81 of the offense. Those penalties cancel. Repeat try.
Well, hold the 2-point conversion. They'll have to do it again.
Yeah, but Ken, what I'm saying there is I don't believe I've seen a team for quite some time, when they catch a touchdown pass, it's literally someone just standing there and falling over. Normally you've got running routes and going to the back of the end zone.
Making
They're
leaps.
finding spaces.
I'll try it again this time. It's a QB keeper. Denied the first time. Come back, get it done on the second attempt.
Have a look at this, Kenny. This is what you call a chess match. There is nobody between the guards here. They're all coming outside pressure. And Shanks just says, I'm going straight up the middle. That's what I love about this game. It's such a chess game. It's like they've seen Shanks going to the outside. Stingrays have gone, let's just rush the outside. Shanks has seen it and going, I'm going straight up the middle.
Well, inside the final 2 minutes now, 1:47 the count. The one saving grace for the Gold Coast Stingrays now, they've got all 3 timeouts.
Let's get on the board. Let's drive the field. Get on the board. That QB will want to come back. Throw some better passes. Let's see if we can put the QB in a better spot to make those passes. Either good drop back protection or at least rolling to his right. It'll be interesting now to see, Kenny, though, is what is going to happen with the Spartans now. Are they going to play some sort of cool defense, or are they going to go all out? Are they going to drop everybody and try for another pick again?
Whatever they're doing, it seems to be working right now.
I think we're looking for the T, and we've found it. There we go.
Well, all things being equal, they might need to consider a delay game. We've seen one today for a lack of speedy service on the kicking tee against the Raptors.
I was going to say the referees could throw a flag against themselves.
Look how angled.
I was just exactly about to say that. Can you look at the angle of that ball?
Oh, God. He's aiming for the sideline.
Yeah, he's a chip and chase.
Chip here, keep it away from the danger man.
He's got some space.
You're right. There's some space down the left-hand side, I should say. No lateral in this play. The play will come to a close. Past halfway at the Spartans 43.
And Kenny, you said it there. That's exactly what I say to when I'm coaching special teams on any league: is have a look at the angle of the ball. That will tell you exactly where it's going to go, what's going to happen. And that was I could have got out there with a sand pit and laid some sand and kicked it off the tee there. But yes, it's one for those watching at home and playing this game. If you have a look at the angle of the ball on a kickoff, that will pretty much tell you what the hell's going on.
The Stingrays trailing by 2 scores. Full complement of timeouts, but a very limited time left. Tompkins rolling to his right now, under pressure, throws while getting hit.
Oh.
Coming back for the ball in a valiant effort was Samuel Paludin. He can't bring it in.
Flag down. Gee, that was a really nice comeback around by Sam there. Really nice job.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer, number 17 on the defense. It's a 15-yard penalty. First down.
It's an incomplete pass, but it's a 15-yard penalty, roughing the passer.
Previous play is under review.
And they're going to review it. Challenge flag thrown by the Spartans. They don't believe it was a roughing the passer.
Now, can you explain this to me? Because I was watching the earlier game. So, does the foul have to occur for somebody to challenge that? Or can, like we saw in the first game, it was a pass interference call that wasn't called?
It's any situation where they deem the result would or wouldn't be at least a 15-yard penalty. Of course, we're inside the final 2 minutes, so everything's reviewable.
Yeah, so the problem I have with that is, and I really don't believe in the system if the way I've interpreted it is, a coach can throw a flag against the penalty, something that wasn't called. That is the dumbest thing ever. Whoever came up with that idea should be shot. So you're basically, as a coach, I'm going to challenge something
that wasn't called.
That wasn't called. That is so dumb. That's why we have everyone referees, nobody play. We'll just have the coaches throw a flag when they think it was a penalty. This is not ultimate frisbee where you do self-rule. See, I learned that the other day.
Oh, I didn't know that. Fun facts.
So, ultimate frisbee do their own rules. Here goes Mr. Referee. I've got no problem with a coach throwing a flag to challenge a call. But if no call has been made, what are you challenging? The no call? How can you challenge no call? It's like Matrix. Do you take the red pill or the blue pill?
Well, I guess they're giving the head coach the opportunity
that
to
is dumb.
Suggest that a call should have been made.
Dumb.
That's the logic.
Dumb with a capital D.
And no B.
It's a silent B. It's like yogging. Hey guys, you're friends with me on Twitter and Facebook and GQ page. Let us know what you think.
After review, the play stands.
They confirmed the play there. It was in fact roughing the passer. The Stingrays will get a welcomed 15 yards.
There's 2 minutes of my life I can't get back.
But it's 2 minutes I enjoyed.
We had a good banter.
We did.
But yes, ladies and gentlemen, write in and tell us on the Facebook page, should a coach, this is the poll, Kenny, poll for the people at home, should a coach be able to throw a challenge flag
on a no call?
For no challenge call. On a no call by a referee.
First down. Tompkins, 2 backs flanking either side. He'll need them. He's under pressure. He'll get taken down by Tamale and Aiden Ryan.
I would say, Mr. Tompkins, quarterback number 4, don't be too disheartened there. These Spartans are coming. They're basically sending everybody. And Kenny, that's what we said. We'll see if they play off and just play it cool, or because they are that far in front, they're going to start just sending everybody, and they're sending everybody. So, Mr. Tompkins, you do not have enough people to block the pressure. So don't get worried. You got to roll out of the pocket, get some space.
Spartans showing blitz. 5 up tight at the line. They send all of them. Tompkins throwing off his back foot, finding Hull. Hull's in some space. He's looking for the sideline. And he takes it out of bounds at the 15.
Okay, I'll tell you what, I'm impressed with this Tompkins Hull connection. That's just a great throw under pressure. See, he can do it. And Hull, other than that comeback route, has just been flawless. He's been great.
Well, it's interesting. Terry, is it a quiet day? Will he show up when they really need him here? He's on the outside. He's looking to the ISO receiver, but he's taken down! Kakoa Hot Tamale with another sack.
And the attitude walk, I love it.
39 seconds and ticking.
Nice little, just a half a step delay, then a stutter step, and straight up the middle there. This is one of those occasions, Kenny, where as an offensive coordinator, if they're bringing that pressure, you've got to find some way to get your quarterback out of that pocket. There is no pocket. He needs to roll out. You can see pressure coming big from the Stingrays' right side.
They send 4. He's got a pocket. He steps up to Hull. Hull trying to break the tackle as Shanks. Shanks holding on.
8 seconds and running, Kenny.
They need to use a timeout here. And now
That might be the game, ladies and gentlemen.
they let it go. There it is. They had timeouts. They opted not to use them. That's full time. And with a score of 30 points to 14, the Sunshine Coast Spartans at home have upset the Gold Coast Stingrays and are heading to the Sun Bowl in 2 weeks. Wow. So the Sunshine Coast, well, they were stoked to have playoffs up here over 2 days. Now they get their home team with a Sun Bowl berth here at home. You can see the high fives happening in the corporate box. Well, they knew who they were, and they gave it their best shot, and it's come away with an upset.
It's an absolute doozy from the start. I mean, look, everything. The weather, the crowd, the support, the local team, the Stingray, and it was from the opening gate. We had the intercept, and we had touchdowns. Right, this has been a cracker of a game. Well done to the Spartans for making it through the grand final. Good stuff. And congrats everyone on making it a great game all around.
In a quick wrap-up, mate, top players, who comes to mind for you?
Oh, look, you can't go past Shanks on the wheels there, but, it's almost, I want to give a shout-out to the offensive coordinator who's calling those plays, because it was a run, it was a set-up run. There were some key plays, especially on the 4th down, fake punts, etc. like that. But I can't go past the whole connection between Tompkins and Hull. That was really nice as well. But look, it's an all-round thing. We had the great interception, etc. So Shanks for me, but part 2, the offensive coordinator, really nice job.
Absolutely, and complete commiserations to the Gold Coast Stingrays, the best team all regular season. Unfortunately pipped in the postseason by a very hungry Sunshine Coast side. Another fantastic playoff game for us here in 2018. We're only 25 minutes away from the Colts division, kicking off at 2 p.m. Thank you for your comedy. We hope it continues. Kenny Andres and John Hollywood Road to call the rest of the day, starting at 2 p.m.
Get him up. Get him up, get him up. Funny how you choose and pick your battles, dude. Keep saying you number 1, but I'm on top. Yo, it's done. Dropping styles like napalm. Fake rappers think they so strong. Verses full of hype and always ready for a fight. Spontaneous, magnanimous, cause they can't get close enough to run with us. If you wanna battle, get it hard, get it raw. No emotions, I shake you until your chains fall off. What? Large, in charge, I set the bar high. You running with the big boys now. Get up, don't cry.